Welcome back to Daily Dose of Devotional. Today we'll be in the Old Testament in the book of Jonah. It's a shorter book with only 4 chapters, so we'll go through the whole book today. Before we start, just wanted to remind anyone watching who may need a Bible, check the links in the description to have one mailed to you. As we open to the first chapter, we find a prophet named Jonah. One day, Jonah received a unique and challenging assignment from God. He was to travel to the great city of Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire, and deliver a message of repentance. The people of Nineveh had strayed from the path of righteousness, and God intended to offer them an opportunity for redemption. However, Jonah was reluctant. Nineveh was known for its wickedness and cruelty, and Jonah feared the people's reaction to his message. In an act of defiance, Jonah chose to flee in the opposite direction, boarding a ship bound for Tarshish, a distant and faraway land. Like Jonah, we sometimes try to avoid difficult tasks or run away from what we know is right. It's a reminder that fear and prejudice can lead us away from our responsibilities. As the ship sailed farther and farther away from Nineveh, God sent a powerful storm, threatening to engulf the vessel and its crew. The sailors, scared for their lives, discovered that Jonah was the cause of their misfortune because he was running from God. Jonah then urged them to throw him into the sea, believing that his sacrifice would calm the storm. The sailors prayed to God, asking for his forgiveness if Jonah were to die being thrown off the ship. Then they did as Jonah had instructed, and as he was cast into the raging sea, where a great fish, prepared by God, swallowed him whole. Inside the belly of the fish, Jonah experienced profound isolation and distress. In his darkest hour, he turned to God in prayer, expressing deep remorse for his disobedience and acknowledging God's sovereignty over all creation. God heard Jonah's prayer and, in a miraculous turn of events, commanded the fish to vomit him onto dry land. Spurred by this divine intervention, Jonah finally heeded God's call and journeyed to Nineveh. He delivered the message of repentance, and to Jonah's surprise, the people of Nineveh responded with humility and contrition. They fasted and turned from their wicked ways, and God, in His mercy, relented from the impending judgment. Jonah's time in the whale symbolizes a period of reflection and transformation. It shows that no matter how far we run, we can always turn back to God in prayer and find His mercy. Yet, Jonah's journey did not end there. Jonah became angry and upset that God spared Nineveh. He wanted justice, not mercy, for the city. God then taught Jonah a lesson about compassion using a plant that provided Jonah shade, but then withered, being eaten away by a worm. God pointed out Jonah's concern for the plant and compared it to his own concern for the people of Nineveh. This part of the story reminds us of God's immense compassion. It challenges us to consider our own attitudes towards others, especially those we might think don't deserve mercy. The story of Jonah is more than a tale of a man and a whale. It's a story about running from God and learning to return to Him. It teaches us about obedience, the power of repentance, and God's boundless mercy. As we reflect on Jonah's journey, we're encouraged to examine our own lives, our willingness to follow God's call, and our capacity for compassion towards others. Thank you for joining me for today's devotional. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until tomorrow, take care and God bless.